I think it's a touchy topic, but
Yeah.
I would like to touch and discuss if you're comfortable with it.
Absolutely. I think my family had a tough time. I should mention my mother. It was a tough time.
She's a cancer survivor, guys.
Hello, friends. Welcome to our second episode of our podcast, Habitry Hi-Fi Talks. I'm your host, Pratik Pai, and co-founder at Habitry. And today I had the privilege to speak to a very special person. I know her personally, and she has had a tremendous journey throughout her corporate life and also in her personal life. And we had some interesting conversations on how she achieved and sailed through all the personal problems that she faced in her life. Also, right from various industries that she has worked in the last 2 decades and being now working in a very senior management position at NSC, how life has been in a corporate life, right? And all these things we discussed in this podcast. I'm pretty sure you're gonna love it. If you're somebody who is working in a corporate and is going through tough times in your personal life, in your corporate work life, I think this podcast is for you. I'm pretty sure you're gonna love it because the discussions have been very, very interesting. So I'll see you inside the podcast. Meanwhile, you can share and subscribe this channel so that you are updated with all the latest videos and the latest content around health, fitness, and mindfulness and mindset. So see you inside. Thank you.
Hi,
Hi.
welcome. What do I call you? I know you personally. I'm used to calling you Vaini because
Oh,
we
yeah.
have Nishant in
Yeah.
common between us, and that is how I know you for the last, I think, 15, 16 years. I
Yep.
think, right?
Yep.
I've seen you grow as a person. I've seen you grow as a uh, from your corporate journey. Like, I think you started off in Voltas when I
Yes.
began to know
Yes.
you. I think you were in
Yes.
Voltas. That is how
Yes.
I came to know you work in an HR industry,
Yeah.
and since then, of late with NSC, because we from Habitry have now tied up with you guys for your corporate wellness
Wellness. Yeah.
programs.
Yep.
I just want to understand. I mean, how has your journey been, and how was this last years of whatever that you've gone through? We just want to set up a context
Mm-hmm.
on what actually Irsha Kale is and how she has made up her life.
Okay. Um, Irsha Kale is a mystery, I should say. Okay, because nothing comes easy. Nothing comes. Everything is interesting in my life, I would say. Right. So I would see this way that something in personal helps you grow in professional and makes you a complete package of what you are today,
Okay,
right?
that's an interesting way to put
So
it.
yeah. So basically, born and brought up in the same place known as Thane.
Oh wow, great.
Schooling in Thane. So a proper Thanekar is what I can say. And got married because that were the boundaries for me. I had said I want a guy who stays in and around Thane. I'm not going to extend and go beyond.
Okay,
So that's how Nikhil and Nishant and all the family came in my life.
right.
And as far as the college is concerned, I stepped out of Thane for sure. But I went to Somayals. I studied there, and what made me get into HR was my master's in HR, obviously.
Okay,
But something where people had no choice and they got into HR is one part
right.
of it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I had my batchmates who did that. But for me, it was by choice.
Okay.
Okay, because I had a person in my life who I admired truly, and I continue to do so. And I said, whatever this guy is doing is what I will be doing, not
Oh,
knowing what he does.
okay.
I think it was too early for me to relate to what is personal management at that point in time.
Okay.
And now it's HR or human resources or people management now.
Right.
But from there, I took a lot of inspirations. I decided this is what Irsha you want to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
My father pushed me towards getting into science, medical, if not engineering. I said no,
Mm-hmm.
this is what I want to do.
Okay.
Your friend is responsible for that because I am following his footsteps.
Oh, is it? And who is that
and
great
and
person?
and that great person, I would definitely name him in this is Mr. Deepak Gadekar.
Okay.
He is a very senior professional HR person, though he's
Okay.
retired now,
Okay.
but he does a lot of practice. So I admire him like anything. I think I've taken a lot of a persona from him as well, not only his profession. And from there, I got into HR. I did my MBA. I got picked up by Voltas from campus, worked with them, in my professional personal life, meanwhile, Kale family picks me up. Okay, like the campus picks you up.
You call that as a campus placement? Wow.
So this was my personal placement, I would say.
Okay. Yeah.
But an
Right.
interesting personal placement, and I
Okay.
think it was a lovely journey to be with this family.
Okay.
Grows together, so your personal life grows in one way,
Yeah.
and simultaneously you grow in your professional life.
Okay.
Now, how does that happen? It happens with a fantastic support that comes from your lovely set of people in the family.
Right.
I think for anything that you want to do,
Mm-hmm.
or you are doing, or you desire to do in your life, I think the family plays a major
Major role.
role.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
your not only, when I say family, it's not only your partner, it's
Mm-hmm.
your family,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
Nishant has also played a good role in that, I should say,
Yeah.
acknowledging your friend there. And from there, growing in my career, I think I never stopped. I never looked back.
Right.
Okay, it's not been very easy for me. Thing,
Mm-hmm.
Voltas was a home ground for me, and I
Right.
think I did anything and everything that came to me at that point in time. So if you ask me about, like, the professional growth, it was more of just grabbing what comes to you.
Do you call yourself a hustler? Because I mean, normally you term that with entrepreneurs. But I've like we had a good lengthy discussion when we were coming back from NSC that day, and I remember that conversation that you are trying to do everything that you can, even at this position in NSC.
Yeah.
Now that you're talking about your early days in Voltas, and that you said that you grabbed every opportunity, those are the typical signs, and like what you call a hustler in a
Hustler, yeah.
entrepreneur. Like, how do you associate that? I mean, do you feel overwhelmed at times, or do you take it up as it comes? How's your attitude towards that?
I think I kind of do a lot of Reiki or survey in that way.
Okay.
Okay, so when I enter an organization, precisely this is my fourth organization with which I'm working, but I have a habit of, seeing what's around and what do I want to next crap.
Right.
So that keeps me on. My hunger keeps me on. It doesn't help me settle down in one place, one position, one work profile,
Hmm.
and I just thrive for more, I
Hmm.
think. and,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
that's how people should be. I typically want to understand what's more for me, what's next for me, and something which I achieve, I don't think I settle down with that.
Hmm.
I want more in my life,
Hmm.
and that hunger has kept me on.
Okay. And but do you think, I mean, with this kind of approach towards work, or like your professional life, I mean, eventually people lead towards burnout. I mean, that is what I think we are just trying to set up the context of today's topic
Yeah.
is around corporate health and wellness,
I
right?
think if you
So
stand alone, try to do that, it certainly will have a burnout at a point in time.
yeah.
So you need to know when to switch on and off, and probably play your piano well,
Hmm.
and not in the same kind of a tone.
Hmm.
And I think then you are there. It's not about only focusing on grabbing and about running behind something.
Hmm.
Switch on, switch off,
Hmm.
have
Hmm.
some fun, have
Okay.
inner peace for yourself. That's more important, because that's where you gather your strength, which helps you next to take the next step. So I think it's a combination of everything. Nothing, one falls in place every time. It's
Okay.
it's a combination of everything. As at the start I said, your personal professional makes you a complete person. So is this juggling makes you a complete person, is what my
Right.
thought
Absolutely.
process has
And the
been.
only thing is you should be able to do it. I mean,
You
you
should
should
be
be
able
well
to do
equipped,
it.
or have the same mindset to how to
Yes.
deal with whenever it's stressful, or
And
whenever you can.
thoroughly, you should be doing it mindfully, you should be
Yeah.
doing it. So I would insist on the word mindful, because something which is taking breath out of you
Hmm.
is really not enjoying.
Hmm.
Then you stop there.
Right.
Then that's the sign that you're getting into burnout, boss.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is something that the person has to be mindful of.
Right. Right. We did. I mean, we even did a seminar with one of the big like banks in India, where we did mindfulness at work.
Oh.
So that was a very beautiful topic, which was covered by Ketki Shetty. She is our mindset coach at Habitry, and these are the same things that we discussed, wherein you should be able to take it well. I mean, with strength, even if there are.
With strength.
Yes, because and you should be. I mean, for that you need have to some kind of guidelines with you, or maybe somebody has mentored you or taught you how to deal with stress, and that is where I think the HR is typically trying to
Yeah.
ensure that the employees are not burnt out, right? And the productivity is always up, because
Yeah.
there is the whole importance, or the thing that HRs do. I mean, there is one of the things they do, but on a broader level, what do you think the HRs are really? I mean, why do our HR? Why do the HR is really an important part of the organization? What all things do they really take care?
To begin with, I'm taking you back to the old days now, because a lot of automation, a lot of AI tools have taken over a lot of things, but I still feel the human touch or the human connect remains there.
Okay.
And that's where I go back to people management or personal management,
Hmm.
where evidently your employees get replaced by AI into robots. Is a different story, whether your emotions goes off
Right.
and your connect at the work gets replaced with some equations and formulas.
Right.
Otherwise, HR has a very sensitive role to play in the organization.
Mm-hmm.
It is between, no more we are talking about management and union here,
Okay.
because somewhere the union setup is now fading out. Not completely, some organizations still do have that setup, but otherwise it's more about your management and now the people who are working on the floor,
Okay.
right?
All right.
So when I talk about people, it's about your employees.
Mm-hmm.
And employees in any setup for that matter, maybe your manufacturing setup, telecom setup, it becomes even more sensitive because the age of the organization
Hmm.
is becoming younger.
Right.
All
Yeah.
right, we're
Absolutely.
talking about all kind of generations walking in, the elder generation continuing. So it's a combination, it's a blend of everything. Now the HR plays a major role of maintaining the balance between the elder generation and then somewhere also the new generation which is coming up, maybe your generation Z and all that we are going to talk
Yeah.
about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Soon to come is your alpha generation,
Yeah.
beyond expectations. I don't think really organizations are really prepared for that.
Really?
The kind of
I know.
expectations that
Yeah.
they
It's too
have.
difficult to deal with them.
Yeah.
We
So
have 2 years. Okay. Yeah.
but yes, that's a major role that HR is playing today, being sensitive. And when I say sensitive, there are a lot of things which come up, Pratik, I tell you. I mean, in the workplace, it's beyond imagination.
Mm-hmm.
It's not only about the sensitive issues at work.
Mm-hmm.
There is no demarcation or there is no line drawn these days,
Hmm.
where you don't carry, earlier days we used to say personal is something that you have to leave outside the organization.
Right.
And now it doesn't work like that,
Okay.
because COVID has taught us to get work at home.
Mm-hmm.
So is the other way around,
Okay. Right. Right. Absolutely.
right? So
So I mean,
we,
just to put it in a on a lighter note, I mean, if the senior management or the leaders are the bad cop, does HR play the good cop here, or how does it
depends,
work?
completely depends on the situation. We don't want to be a good people all the time, to be honest. If I'm today I'm going to talk as an HR, so I can definitely represent all my HR folks there.
Right.
Sometimes we have to change our hats.
Okay.
Okay, we cannot be too good. We are not Mother Teresa for sure. We don't want to be for employees.
Absolutely.
Sometimes we are the mirror,
Okay.
sometimes we are the teacher, sometimes we are the mentor, sometimes we are the coach as well for you.
Right.
But doesn't mean that we are always good for you.
Mhm.
Depends on the kind of situation that we change our approach, and that's
Okay.
more important. All of them would agree to that for sure.
So, I mean, do you take that as a personal instinct? I mean, you being a mother, I mean, obviously, how does HR has evolved you as in your personal life? Does it have an impact? Or do you take your motherhood, now that you're a mother of two? Does that impact on how you deal with your
I think it's
people or
it's
the
both the
employees?
ways. It's
Oh,
both the ways.
is it?
Okay, and I keep it free flowing both the ways.
Nice.
I just that I can't make policies at home.
Is it? I doubt Nikhil Dada. I should ask Nikhil Dada about this.
Just that I can't have those written documents or policies at home.
Okay.
But sometimes you really feel where the kind of way you manage your kids,
Okay.
and sometimes you have to tell them, you have to make them understand, you have to be commanding on them, you have to be pushy at times with them. So is the case with the employees.
Okay.
All right. A little bit of approach would be different, that I am in the role of a mother there, and here I'm in the role of HR. Nevertheless, I will be a little pushy with people. I would be wanting them to do a certain set of things. And if I say about vice versa,
Hmm.
so there are certain things which I don't lay people off for, right? I'll not spare them for.
Okay.
So as the case, I do it at home.
Okay.
So I do practice in and out. Like it's a free flowing equation between the house and my HR. But what I connect is the best part. Both the sides, you have human beings to deal with.
Right. Absolutely.
Absolute
It's
complicated people
human
to deal.
resources.
It's
I think it's one of the
human.
toughest tasks, right? I mean, once you start a company, only then you got to know how difficult is it to actually manage people or talk to people
So you
or
have 100
understand their
people.
issues or ensure you give them work, give them enough work. You don't overburden them. A lot of things
It's
to
all
deal with.
about also you have 100 minds then.
Yeah,
Complicated.
absolutely.
Don't think alike at all.
Yeah,
In any simple thing. If I have to just tell you to fold a paper into 4 pieces the way you would do it and I would do it is really different, and that's human mind.
right.
Right? So is the case at home.
Hmm.
So I think it's a lab, it's a laboratory where you have people to deal with, and no one solution works every time. So
And
you have
that's the
to
beautiful part, right?
you have to keep
That's the
like,
challenge, I think, in
yeah,
a human resource
you have to
profession.
try, experiment, get out of it, try the solutions, and that keeps us on. I truly believe, at least for me, that
Okay.
helps. I enjoy doing that.
But I mean, at times there are a lot of things that we miss out. We don't like, even if at home there are things that we might just miss out on doing. But there might be some one. I mean, is there like a blind spot normally that an HR would miss, and that has created an chaos in the company or in the organization? Like, do you think this has happened with you or in your peers? That is, there is a very silly blind spot that has like in an HR
See,
organization.
ultimately, human HR or the HR professionals are also humans.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
That's
we
why.
have to consider that there might be times where, there are some silly things which just get slipped.
Hmm.
So there's nothing like we intentionally do it. We also
Right.
go by the book of laws, but
Hmm.
then ultimately we are human beings. We tend to slip somewhere,
Hmm.
and something gets out of the hand, but we know how to make it back then.
Okay.
If you are able to do that,
Yeah.
and if that damage control happens in the right time, in the right way,
Hmm.
and that's a beauty, that's an art to do.
Hmm.
If you're able to do it, I think organizations do it.
Very, very often.
Yeah,
Great.
that's the same thing we do it at home as well, right? So we work out ways,
Yeah,
frankly
definitely.
speaking.
I mean, we find out ways to come on a same level, and I
Yeah,
think discuss
but
it.
I would take a pause here and say that when you are an HR,
Hmm.
again I'm going back to my reason. If you are by choice, what happens is you're truly a person as HR. So you
Okay.
start looking and owning it.
Okay.
If you are a person who are wanting to do it for the heck of doing it,
Hmm.
probably your mind will not support you, your brain will not support you to get that solution out.
Okay.
You are in a fix, you want to have a solution out of it.
Right.
You will start looking around.
Hmm.
But if you are owning it,
Hmm.
you have a passion for it.
Hmm.
Passion is the right word. I have passion for my work.
Okay.
So then what happens is I get my solutions
Right.
because my mind makes me think in that way.
Right.
Otherwise, it doesn't work.
Hmm.
So it depends on everything. It is your choice, it is your liking, it is something that you enjoy,
Right.
and it is somewhere also when you want to know when to step back for a moment, take a break, go back.
Absolutely. I mean, that is what makes us human, I believe. And the way you mentioned that the passion for your work is something that drives you towards excellence. I mean, that is, I think, the perfect word to do it. I mean, just we want to touch base on you per se, because I know this story of yours, and it is really inspiring. She's a cancer survivor, guys, and I think it's a touchy topic, but
Yeah.
I would like to touch and discuss if you're comfortable with it.
Absolutely, there's
Because
nothing.
I think the last time we met, I think we discussed it and how you took it as a challenge, you overcome it, and now you even mentor people who are cancer affected or maybe they are
Yes.
cancer survivors. You actually
Yes.
help them how to overcome cancer, right, and how to deal with the stress and everything that comes along with it. How was your journey like? I mean, just we had that discussion, but I'm pretty sure people would love to hear it from your first
Um,
hand.
to be precise, not an easy one. I'm going to describe, but not an easy one for sure.
Definitely.
Okay. It starts with oh, I'm in the same month when I was told about it. Well,
It was December?
it was
When was
December.
it? When was this?
It was 31st of December 2018.
Wow.
And when the world is wanting to welcome the new year, I knew what is the new year for me altogether. Okay. And that day morning, I get to know that, look, Irsha, you are in this situation. Nevertheless, 2 days back, all of us are very techno savvy these days. And so a little bit of MI. So I got my reports, I got the hold of it. Nikhil was smart enough to try and hide it, but then I was a little smarter. I got the hang of it, and I googled out everything that was possible for me to understand what am I getting into. I am getting into something was for I had got the message, but what is that something? My mind was very curious. I
Right.
never wanted somebody else to tell me,
Tell
and then I
me.
act, react,
Got
and
it.
I
Absolutely.
wanted to give a composed reaction to things. That's my way of dealing with things, and I get to know what it is all about, and then I see how my journey is going to look like, and I put my thoughts together, and that was a night I spent with myself. Okay, because I am not a person who would easily express in front of all. I don't like doing it.
Acha.
There's no harm in doing it, but
Yeah.
it's my
It's
way
a
of
personal
dealing
choice.
with it. Yeah,
Absolutely.
there's no harm in dealing it. You express by tears, you express by laughter, you express by being silent.
Yeah.
But I express by being silent.
Got it.
Okay, because for me, what's next?
Hmm.
In that also, it's the same approach. And I get to know on this 31st of December, and morning we go. The team of doctors tell me that, Irsha, my family is called. They tell me, okay, this is what you are into. I said, what's next?
Hmm.
Before I could react, it was what's next.
So you're already in the correction phase and how to overcome this issue already.
And I think my family had a tough time, getting their courage together. Should mention my mother-in-law, in fact. She had her world upside down, because for her it was, Irsha has been her sweetheart, okay, and she has been my sweetheart. And for her, it is to know that, oh, somebody who has been always so strong physically, mentally, who is into fitness kind of a series, what happens to this girl all of a sudden? And 6 years that she sees me, after the marriage, 6 to 7 years, and then she gets to know this, and I'm consoling, and things are gathered together. Okay, let's wait and see what's next for us. And typically it starts with your treatment, with a major surgery, from there to a treatment including your chemos, and chemotherapies are really painful. Okay, now there are some variations after 5 years is what I understand, but it completely depends upon the stage that you're diagnosed at.
Okay.
Right, that depends the medicine, that depends decides
The
your
line of treatment and how it
decides
works.
your medicine, the dosage of that,
The strength of it and
the
everything.
strength of it, and that typically impacts your body altogether.
Right.
Okay, so what typically happens is all your good cells along with the bad cells are killed.
Yeah.
That journey starts for me in January 2019, takes me to February 2020.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Okay,
Almost 13 months.
almost 13 months with 28 chemos. I survived. And first thing, when I got to know, when I was putting my thoughts together, I really felt oh, I have a Bihan in front of me, a child who is 2 years plus. How am I going to do this all? And Irsha, you have no choice.
So was this the defining moment that you decided that the illness is not going to define your story?
I don't think that was meant to define my story, because I had a lot of things to look back that was Vihan, and I said, Irsha, this is not something that can stop you, and it was a self conversation. I decided this has come to me by mistake.
Yeah.
Let me shook it out now.
Right.
Okay. When I say the word shook it out, it was not that easy. It took almost 1 year, 3 months for me to come to that completion, with a lot of hurdles, lot of ups and downs. But put together, 28 chemos, there were times when my family really, really did not know what to do. They were not understanding, where are we heading? Are we going to get Irsha? Are we going to lose Irsha?
Okay.
That was the situation. But I did not stop there.
So what do you, I mean, what were the words that you used to say yourself, and there were the times of hardest, I mean, that might be your lowest of all. What was that thing that you said yourself? Because that is what I think would motivate all of us. Yeah.
First thing, when I got to know, what I said to myself, I never repeated the word to myself. Irsha, you have cancer. No, I did not say that. That's okay. It has come to me. Do I have a choice but to be with it for some time at least?
Right.
And I said, don't give up on your work. I worked that time also. I did not take a sabbatical leave. My organization had given me.
Okay.
I said, I don't want it. And in the journey, when I feel I need it, I will take it. So my mantra to myself was keep working. Keep working. Your mind gets diverted. You are engaged into something, and step back whenever you feel like. If you're really going you want to go slow, go slow. Your organization is there to support you. People understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And my colleagues, my bosses, probably at that point in time, they really helped me.
Okay.
I had all the comfort to go faster, to go slow. But one thing which I said to myself is, Irsha, keep working.
Where were you working then?
I was working with Reliance Global Com that time.
Wow.
It was my CHR was sitting in Boston that time, and she wanted me to take a sabbatical leave. I said, no, I don't want to. Probably that will keep me in my thoughts. Why me, and how am I going to survive? What will happen? I have a kid to take care of. So I said, I don't want to think on that lines. So basically, it is work which kept me on.
Okay.
For anyone and everyone, it can be something different.
Right.
Right. So, for example, if somebody is in a job, if it is possible, it completely depends upon a situation and the stage that you are into. So, I was in a progressive third stage. Okay. So, and age was in my favor.
Right. Absolutely.
So, I decided that no, I'll not give up on work. I'll keep myself occupied. I kept working.
So the HR management supported you with the decision?
It helped me a lot. It helped me a lot. They took that decision very gracefully. And I had the toughest of the project to handle at that point in time, Pratik, I should say.
Okay.
I was working round the clock, right from 7 to night, 10 o'clock in the morning, traveling all over India at that point in time, just making sure that I get back on Friday, because my second home was calling me on Saturdays for chemos, which was my hospital. No? So
I'm sorry to laugh about it. The way you mentioned it is funny.
it had become my second home, because it was every week that I was going there. And
but those were the toughest times, right?
It was the toughest time.
Chemo is normally is like the toughest period during when you survive.
One is to go through.
Yeah.
Toughest time for my family to see me go through,
right.
Frankly speaking. Yeah. My partner, immense of respect and love for him, I should say, because the kind of strength that he has shown. Otherwise, he's a very silent person. You know him.
I know him personally.
You know him.
Yeah.
But I think his silence spoke into a lot of strength. Okay. And we walked it beautifully, in fact. And at a point in time when I was recovering through it, and still the chemos were on, so we decided that let's do some thrill. And I used to go by train and travel, and I used to enjoy that phase as well. We used to go for some breakfast somewhere. We made sure that the journey is not as dangerous as it looks.
Okay.
We did not speak about it too much at home. We kept the project very, I wouldn't say secret because of shy, but I kept it secret. I chose to keep the project secret because I never wanted too many stories to come on my table. Because, as I said, every case has its own intensity.
Absolutely.
So what goes good with you may not go good with me, and vice versa. Okay. So what typically happens is, but it impacts your mental health. Right? You start living what you have heard. Oh, that person passed away. What happened to my relative? Hold on, are you here to give me some
just
confidence?
Go in that loop, I think.
Are you here to give me some confidence? So I said, no, I don't want extra stories to coming to me. And I think my family beautifully supported me. They used to have all the jokes possible. Your friend really worked well for me. I mean, he used to be so caring, for that matter. And he is a lovely person to be with. And he used to, because he also considers me as his elder sister, so he used to be so scared that even if I have a little bit of fever, I think this guy used to run from anywhere possible. And then from there, the journey ended in February 2020, and I never knew that 6 days ahead and COVID was waiting for all of us. I mean, that was another. The world turned upside down.
The world suffered.
The world turned upside down, and that was the times and a funny part. I'm going to say this because I was quoted, and I am quoted for that every day, almost in my house, because those times you're supposed to be wearing the mask. Okay, your treatment times. I never. I used to always feel, please don't give me all that crap. It spoils my presence. It makes me look more sick, and I don't want it.
Okay.
And I think I had I had some 100 odd masks with me.
Huh.
And the day I completed my treatment, I went to the doctor, and the doctor said, "Oh, your treatment is completed." And that full stop came.
Okay.
Next day morning, I caught hold of one, cleaner,
Okay.
and I gave him all the masks. And my family says, "You know what? He must be smuggling now."
Sorry
He
to
must
set up a shop somewhere selling those masks.
and those were like 100 plus kind of.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that simple, surgical mask which was given was costing what at the start,
I know.
right? And I go for the follow up, and I see a couple of people wearing that mask. And I was like, are these all people sick? Why are they wearing a mask?
Huh.
And Nikhil says, Irsha, there is something known as a pandemic coming up, and we all are supposed to be wearing masks. Where is yours?
Hmm.
I said, I have given away the mask. I thought everything is done
Done
now.
now.
Why do I need it? The first thing I wanted to give away was a sanitizer.
Right.
And I never knew the life is all about sanitizer after
and
that.
mask.
And the
Yes.
mask, and I gave everything to that guy. So I'm sure he must have earned out of it,
Yeah. Something good happened out of it, huh?
But yes,
Great.
I mean, that was a journey,
Okay.
and it was a tough time. What kept me grounded?
Hmm.
I saw the ugliest part of my life that time, to be precise.
Okay.
Because that 1 year, 3 months showed me everything possible.
Okay.
Right from, see, for girls, for females, for anybody for that matter. But specifically for females, the beauty matters a lot.
Absolutely.
Your hair beauty, when I say, it's a complete package. Again, your hair, everything put together. Your skin turns black, your hair goes off. And I had all the guts to take a selfie in that as well, because I said, this, Irsha, this is not going to come back to you. So
Right.
please take a snap
This
with
is
yourself.
temporary.
Take a snap with yourself, and I did all that was possible, which was something known as craziness.
Hmm.
And it kept me grounded when I used to sit alone, and I used to think over what is happening, or what am I going through. I used to really feel that, Irsha, you have seen the ugliest part of your life.
Right.
So beauty, all those things, they fall apart.
Hmm.
That's what the journey teaches you.
Right.
It makes you more human. Then that's how it, I started counseling people.
Yeah.
I
So
started
now
meeting
you counseling.
people
You counsel people who are now cancer
in the
affected
journey of cancer, because
What is
I
the one
want
advice
to.
that you give them? I mean, like if
Life
there's
is beautiful. Cancer doesn't stop you. It doesn't kill you. It just probably wants you to take a pause,
you
reflect
say
on
comma,
yourself.
not a full stop.
It is just a comma. It's not a purna viram. Okay. Again, unless when detected, what stage, what is your capacity to take it,
Hmm.
what part of your body it is infected, what is the spread of it.
Right.
Okay. There are some types of cancer which are in the external part of your body, so easier to get rid of. If it is somewhere a spread, doctors are anyways there to guide you always. Go by the piece of advice that they give you. But it's a mind game,
Yeah.
to be precise.
Right.
Because any normal person who's told that, look, you have an cancer, and I'm sure the person is going to have blackout.
Hmm.
Blackout is a word.
Yeah.
Don't do that. It's okay.
Hmm.
Life is beautiful. Just rise stronger out of it.
Okay. It's
And
more mental.
It's
I think
a mental
than
game.
physical.
It's a mental game.
And I mean, obviously, now that your physical game is also strong, we had this squats challenge at NSC recently, and she was the winner.
Yeah.
So we want to understand. I mean, how did you up your physical game also, even after coming from being affected from cancer? You recovered. You went through the entire chemotherapy for like 1 year, 3 months, and then with this kind of strength. I mean, there were girls who were like 20, 25, and she at her age just sailed through the squats challenge, clear winner.
Yeah.
How did you do that? I mean, what all changes did you?
Pretty
do in
well,
your
but I
life?
have a chapter in between if you're not aware of.
Okay.
Cancer, fine. I came out of it. You know what was the worry behind in
Yeah.
my mind?
Yeah.
Everybody and anybody has a different kind of a worry.
Okay.
I was having a worry which states that, Irsha, what about your capacity to go up the ladder in your career? Am I still employable?
Okay.
Will people look at me as asset or a liability? That was my major concern.
Is it?
Yeah. and
But
it
do you
hits.
think that should be a concern?
I don't know, because
But
at
this
that
is your personal. I mean,
that's
nobody
my
came to
personal.
you
No, no, no,
from
no,
the
no, no,
company
no.
or told you something
No,
like
no,
that.
no, no. Nobody, in fact.
Okay.
It's all my personal thoughts. Like, maybe I have an habit of writing and, like, scribbling a lot.
Right.
So I was thinking, whether am I employable? I want to be an asset to any organization I go.
Absolutely.
And I started, first thing which I did was, I was carrying a beautiful wig at that point in time.
Yeah.
I used to go to interviews
Hmm.
just to see what happens. And I used to see whether I'm able to crack the interview still. And that's how I changed my job after my completion of, like, the treatment. In the midst of the uh, COVID, I got into a banking industry. Any fool would have not done that, and let me tell you that.
Okay.
Because you have to be on the field, you have to go to job every day. There's no work from home. In the pandemic time, you are prone to infection, just completed with your treatment, and your immunity is completely crashed, and still you are wanting to go and change the job just because you want to see whether you are employable. Look at that madness that I had.
That's kind of something like a personal grudge you had on yourself. Like, ऐसे कैसे कि
I
मुझे
wanted to
कोई job,
prove.
yeah, I just
हाँ
want to prove
हाँ
myself.
यार, ये कैसा हो
How come
सकता
I'm
है?
not employable?
So
That something of those lines.
I think if I look back a couple of years now, I think that was really not required. We are all human beings,
Yeah,
as I
even
said
I
at the
think
start.
I don't think that was required. You're working for Reliance Global.
I
Why would you change your job? Everybody wants to work in that
See,
kind of
these
an
are all
organization.
sentiments at that point in time. You really can't challenge
But
them,
what
right?
kind of, I mean, what level were you in your HR in Reliance?
In Reliance, I was taking care of India, APAC, Middle East, as
That
in
means you are
HR.
mid management,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I was directly reporting to my CHRO, so it was one level down to her, and I.
And why this madness?
That's how
That's
we
a
are
big
humans.
question.
That's how we are humans, right?
Absolutely. I mean, you just term it crazy.
Oh
Nothing more than
God!
that. During COVID, post your chemo,
And
your
I was
already immunity is down.
good in a work
My
from
wife used to
home.
wash me twice, even if I come from home from my buying vegetables. You're going out there in the
Oh
field.
yeah, and I'm telling you, ma'am, I will precisely say this. I was in a work from home setup.
Okay.
आणि like, in Marathi, if you say सुखाचा जीव दुःखात घालणं म्हणतो ना आपण,
हा.
this is what I tried doing.
ते
But
मागून दुखणे घेणे असं.
But that industry turned out to be beautiful, I should say that. I mean,
Okay.
it was equally challenging.
Okay.
My madness turned out into, like, real good method to that madness. And that gave me a different exposure again. But if I answer, like, what you asked me about, was basically where I just enjoyed the complete journey. One chapter that you missed upon. After my treatment, in my late age, I was blessed with my daughter.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, you have two kids. So when was she born?
This was post my cancer. She was born in 2021, when the second wave of COVID, the worst of it, was there with all of
prone
us.
to taking challenges, right? You just love it. I can
I
see that. Every like mid COVID, you wanted to get a baby. Really?
I never wanted to get it.
No,
like,
but I mean, that is something like I'm not everybody thought of. Like, obviously, I mean, you don't want a child to get born in midst of COVID, but I think hats off to you that you done it very
and
beautiful.
I continued
and
working.
She's a beautiful baby. I've seen
Yeah.
her, and she's.
I
pretty.
continued working even though, I mean, in my pregnancy, every day to the bank, every day on the field, visiting the branches.
No doubt, I'm pretty sure must have done that.
It was craziness. But yes, that was another chapter which really walked in my life. And that was a beautiful chapter, well challenged by everyone, all the doctors.
Yeah.
Doctors in my family, I have some doctors in my
Right.
family as well.
Right.
My uncles and everyone, all of them said, take Irsha to the center which is next to your setup. All right, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, let's not term
Oh
it.
yeah, but that's what they gave a piece of advice, and I just said, hold on.
Okay.
You will have to go there because I am set with my plan. She has to come, and she will come. It was never in my mind he.
Okay.
I
All
was.
right.
I don't know what's the right thing to say, but manifestation works a lot for me.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
I manifested her.
Manifesting works in beautiful ways.
Yeah.
Like, only if you preach
yeah,
it well.
yeah,
That is what I say.
It worked wonders for me. It worked beautiful for me. So I think manifestation works, like, beautiful in beautiful ways, and so is Vedika in my life. Okay, it gives me a lot of strength to get back to my work now. Okay, and when you talk about your physical fitness that you asked me, I was in physical fitness from years together.
Hmm.
A little bit of back or took a pause because of my treatment. Your body doesn't support you to do it.
Hmm.
I still used to go to the gym.
Okay.
I'm a person who likes to do a workout in the controlled environment.
Hmm.
And I used to go to gym at that point in time just to get the feel.
Right.
Believe me, I could not walk on the treadmill more than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That was the
Because
kind
your
of
body
strength.
could not
Yeah.
support you.
But still I used to. Because I wanted to get the feel of that environment and live my life as normal as possible. And from there, when I got into immediately, 11 months, the body was recovering, and I got into my next motherhood
Yeah. Yeah.
phase. I enjoyed that phase also with all the work thrill, because again there the work kept me on.
Yeah.
A lot of challenging cases came to me at that point in time, because these days with a lot of awareness when it comes to your posh act or your whistleblowers and all, every combinations that could hit my table did at that point in time.
Okay.
And I loved it. I enjoyed it. I nailed it. From there, uh, when I delivered her, almost a year after that, I realized that, look, Irsha, you are into a late motherhood now.
Hmm.
Again,
How
my
old?
self
Sorry. How old
conversation,
were you then?
37s.
Okay.
Okay, so typically, if the doctors, if you see with the kind of a history that I had, nobody is going to advise you.
Right.
Okay, had it been I would have interacted with Rucha at that point in time, I'm sure she would have
She would have not
she would have said a no
recommended
to
you.
me.
Yeah.
And all your renowned doctors in Thane rejected me.
Okay.
Okay, I have those files which are printed, and I still said, let me go ahead.
But I think manifestation worked for you.
Yes. And believe me, I did see the girl running in the house calling me my mama. And she did, and she calls me mama and calls her father as baba. And there I said, boss, if you have to really catch up with this girl, she will be having immense of energy.
Yeah.
Risha, you are not going to match it up at all.
Right.
So this is the time, get back to your fitness
Physical
regime.
fitness.
Let's go back.
Yeah.
And I started. And believe me, when I started this journey, I really could not believe myself that at a point in time I was really doing a workout. Because my body had gone for a toss altogether. It was all from here. I was wired mentally that you have to hit the floor, but I was physically I was not supported. My body was not supporting me.
Yeah.
And it was a big time struggle. It was easy for me to give up,
Right.
because every time the signs were coming out, Irsha, not able to do it. Stop
Okay.
there.
Okay.
You're not able to do it.
But
Lot of
don't you
negativity coming
think?
in.
Yeah. I mean, just to understand. I mean, do you think that is kind of pressurizing yourself or your body, or maybe what is torturing your body, right? When it's not in the right condition to do things. But at the same time, since you are working, does it like take you on a guilt trip whether I've just delivered a baby, I need to take care of her, but my work is also there, and my work is important, and obviously your personal pursuits and everything that you do, I think you have a lot of
Yeah,
extracurricular
yeah,
activities.
yeah.
How do you manage that as a working woman,
Hmm.
a mother, and like how do you
I'll tell
handle
you
that
what,
everything?
this is nothing but an invisible guilt in my mind, okay? And I'm sure every working woman has, or rather every mother has for that matter, whether person is working or not working. Because what happens is, especially for working females, I would say, it's a juggling between the priorities.
Right.
It is looking like you are missing on some kind of a moment at home when you are delivering at your commitments at work. So it's a juggling, but this juggling has actually got me into what do you say, a conscious movement. So earlier it was a struggle, to be precise. When I delivered the second child, now I have to look after two kids.
Right.
So then it was a struggle that, Isha, you want to go to gym, your body is not supporting you. You want to see the kids, the two kids, and then I want to work. So it was a juggling between. Sometimes I used to burn out.
Yeah.
Risha, you're not able to do justice to anything for that matter.
Right.
That was the time I used to feel. And then I decided, go one step at a time. Go slow. Don't push yourself to anything for that matter.
Right.
Something goes missed out is okay. Let's first thing realize, don't try to be a superwoman.
Right.
Right? We are all women.
Humans. Yeah.
We have our own struggles. We have our own commitments. And I think it's the beautiful part is, take the domestic support without a guilt in your mind. Okay, where you want to be a perfect mother, you want to be a perfect wife, you want to be a perfect sister-in-law, or you want to be a perfect daughter-in-law. The perfect word comes out back to you sometimes.
Right.
So go easy with that. And that's what I did.
Hmm.
I said, I cannot be a superwoman. And nobody's wanting me to be a superwoman for that matter. In fact, my family used to tell me, please go slow. You have a history you're forgotten. Just
All right.
11 months back. Hold yourself, go slow. And I said, okay, let me take one step at a time. I took a break from my workout.
Okay.
I decided not to hit the gym at this moment.
Okay.
Not the right time for me.
Hmm.
And I said, let me start very slow
Hmm.
with normal walk. Okay. Let me feel where I am rather than trying to push myself into a hard environment
So you
where
just
your
wanted to
body
get
is
into
not.
a habit of
Yes.
being in workout or just
I don't think
some
my
kind of
body was
physical
really
activity.
prepared for that
Yeah.
at that time.
You need to force yourself or
Yeah.
do a strenuous exercise.
Yes.
When even a simple walk can help.
Absolutely. So I did that. I enjoyed my work. I enjoyed my motherhood. I
Yeah.
used to be with my two kids beautifully. So, what is that conscious move that I learned out of this was, I think it was more about it's when I'm at work, I give my best.
Hmm.
When I'm with my kids, I'm theirs.
Right. Absolutely.
I
Just
am
switch the
theirs.
flip and
Yes.
you're there.
And when I'm in my workout time, I think that's the best version I want to give on the floor. And from there, I picked up. I said, see, this is going good. One at a time goes good. And then you can make an equation of three together. And that equation comes out super.
Right.
Except that you need a domestic help without a guilt.
Right.
And I think this invisible weight of mine turned out to be a strength of mine.
Right.
It really helped me grow stronger. And this is what I am today.
Great.
Now I'm actually able to, juggle
Yeah.
between my work, which is my passion, my workout, which is my second love, my kids, everything on top of it because I want to match their energy.
Right.
And beautifully, my family there sometimes telling me, Irsha.
Slow down.
So sometimes, they come up saying, Irsha, sit down.
Yeah.
What do they want to tell me is stop there for some time.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
I
I
think
enjoy that.
that is what we also preach in Habitry, right?
Yeah.
Naming Habit Factory. So we have a lot of clients who are into corporate, who are business owners, who are entrepreneurs, and they don't get time to work out. They put themselves at risk. I mean, today I'm not being able to work out, and then they go on a streak of not working out for 7 days.
Yeah.
That is where I think, like you said, the domestic help, we have a domestic help called Ollie.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
And the only job he does, his only job is to basically give you a simple nudge. Like if today you're not able to work out, you can go on a simple walk. If you're going out for dinner, maybe have something which is not consciously cheating.
Consciously cheat.
Yeah, you're not calorie counting, but you ensure that you're eating well. You're eating in portions.
Right.
Right. So that is what we also, that is a very beautiful way. Like you need domestic help.
Yeah.
You don't have to strain too much or put yourself in pressure and keep that
Not required.
being judgmental about yourself. Like if I'm not working out, then I'm not in line with my.
Or you're missing on
everything.
something.
Yeah, I think that is a very bad way to put it. And great. So one thing I just wanted to understand. You said that physical activity is second love, right?
Yeah.
How does that improve your productivity at work? Does it help?
It helps a lot. It helps a lot. I'll tell you the day, if you really don't do it, I had taken a break, right? I told you.
Yeah.
So I used to go to work, I used to do my work, but it was more mechanical. It was not mindful.
Right.
And it was not energetic. It was, I'm doing it.
Doing it, just
right?
for the doing it. Yeah.
But today, if you tell me, I do my work with a lot of passion, with a lot of energy. And the kind of energy that I'll carry in the morning 7 will be the same at 11 in the night.
Okay.
Because you get that energy in your body. You get that positive vibes. Your aura talks about it. You get a lot of, you throw that aura, positive aura to people. Right. Where does it all come from? It comes all from your mind. It comes from whatever you do, you enjoy. I work, I enjoy. I do a workout, I enjoy. I be with my kids, I enjoy.
Right.
Ultimately, as a whole package, I get a lot of energy.
Right.
And that keeps me on my work floor.
Right.
Believe me, you guys, next time come up with some challenge and I'm going to do the
Last time you missed it. That's what I was about to ask you. Like, is that the reason why, you brought the entire mindset of having your employees or that corporate
Yes.
wellness in place?
Yes.
Because obviously we are more than happy to do it and we enjoy the process with you
Yeah.
guys. But I just want to understand, like, what actually did you ensure the, I mean, you did you set up the routine in your company in NSC
See, I'll
specifically?
tell you one thing. When I
Like,
started and I
yeah,
got the feel of it, so I think I represented the mind of my 400, 500 people out there,
yeah,
because I felt that we are in an environment
hmm,
where, there is never tomorrow for us.
yeah,
It's always now.
hmm,
That's the kind of urgency that we have in our work.
hmm,
So what typically happens is, people are long hours working. They get burnt out, and mentally there's a pressure,
hmm,
because we are talking about a capital market industry.
hmm,
So this immense of pressure that we have to handle,
hmm,
and out of that, if I really want to keep them young,
hmm,
keep them productive, I have a selfish motto as well. I'm going to tell that very frankly to you. And as an HR, I'm telling you, and I'm sure all of them will agree to that, because if your mind is fit, if your body is fit, your productive, your work talks about it,
right,
automatically you apply your mind in what you're doing,
right,
and with that freshness,
hmm,
with the output that you are looking at,
hmm,
ultimately it's all related to what you eat, how
yeah,
you sleep well,
yeah,
how you exercise well.
right,
All that keeps you on at the workplace.
right,
All right.
right,
So I felt that it's important for all those young minds sitting out there for long hours
hmm,
to get out of that place.
hmm,
We have a lot of avenues as well.
okay,
Okay.
okay,
So we have online apps, where people can easily take counseling from there, take medical help from there, and also the fitness coaches are available online. But I felt a need where I want them to move out of their workplace,
hmm,
have some fun, also get inclined towards the fitness and physical fitness, and those group activities. When we do it,
hmm,
it's a push automatically, you enjoy that.
right,
So do I say that I can do it every day? The answer is no.
hmm,
But can I keep them engaged, and can I keep them on for the next challenge?
right,
And that's where I think I engaged with you guys, right?
yes,
And believe me, I take this opportunity to say, my guys, look forward for the next challenge every month now.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
I remember a conversation. This time I missed it, but I remember a conversation that these guys had with you all.
hmm,
What next are you planning? Right, something
right,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
as current we were discussing,
yeah. So people are looking forward for that.
right,
Online and everything definitely helps, because sometimes in your busy schedule, you want some help, quick help. The online app helps you,
yeah,
but this keeps you on.
yeah,
Next time my guys are gonna have something which is a junk one, they'll say, okay, I have to go back. Next month is my plank challenge, next month is my squats challenge,
yeah,
probably my eating will add on something, and they are mindful of that,
yeah,
and they enjoy that, they look
absolutely.
forward for it.
And the best part is, I think there is a gradual increase in the number of participation,
Yeah.
right? I mean, the first time we did, I think we did in the corner section of a canteen
Yeah.
where we had only 10, 15 people.
10, 15 people,
The
yeah.
second time we actually had to take the bigger section of the
Bigger
canteen because
section,
we had more
yes.
than 25 people around, right? And I think that, and you mentioned about online apps and online trainings, but when you do in person and the physical approach is there, I think you connect with the people person who is in front of you,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And then the energy is great,
Yes.
right?
And believe me, that was one of the push. When I
Right.
was doing my squats, my last record of doing free squats
Yeah.
in the gym is around 300.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Not in one go, for
Of course,
sure. It's a
yeah.
sets of probably 50, but then I reach a target of 300. That day, I think that girl who was next to me, the young
Yeah,
one,
she
she must
was
be
trying
what,
to
like
pump it.
26 years old,
Yes.
and immense of energy and the pressure that she was creating for me.
Right.
That Irsha, go hit it. I think I just did it in that madness flow.
Yeah.
But it was super fun, and that's what it is all about.
Yes.
You get out of that workplace for some time, you get that energy which is so contagious,
Right.
and then get back to your work. Look at that energy flow that you're going to give in your work as well.
Right.
And that's what I want people to do.
Mhm.
Okay. And the thing which I said about being a little selfish, I'm an HR ultimately, right?
Mm.
I want my organization to grow, my work to be perfect and errorless.
Yeah.
Now, my selfish motive would be if people are really fit,
Mm.
I have a set of leaves which I have been given as an employee from the organization. I want them to use that
Right.
to come back more energetic and
Yeah.
not fall sick and have sick leaves.
Definitely.
Right? Let the sick leaves get accumulated. Happy to do so.
Yeah.
But let them go back for a break, come back energized.
Take the casual leaves they have.
Take that and be fit.
Yeah.
And do your work at the best. And believe me, what happens with your mediclaims also? Look at that. It has a major impact on that. As an organization, I am promoting fitness to you. I also have an agenda behind that my guys are going to fall less sick,
Yeah.
be at more at work, be fitter at work, and at the same time, my claims should be in a right kind of a composition.
So
am
so the
selfish.
topic is obviously you want to increase the top line, but the bottom line as well, right?
But the bottom line as
So-
well, and that's the equation always.
Equation of always, right? So and I think it's a very generic question, but you being from the HR industry, if at all there was some kind of budget that could be aligned for wellness in a corporate environment, where should that be spent? I mean, that is, I think, for every HR in this country, what would you be go to mode like if they had a wellness, if they had a budget for wellness in corporate industry?
I think Pratik, these days, no, everyone has. Some or the other way. Our organization also promotes one more beautiful thing, right? We leave people to their space to decide. That is something known as a stepathon that we are already doing. We encourage people to walk certain number of steps. So
Okay.
there's another way of promoting. We conduct a lot of health checkup camps. We all of it together we are promoting people to be good.
Okay.
And when I look at my peer industry partners, they are already doing it in
So
some
do you
of the
think it's
other
like a standard
space.
practice?
It is becoming, because
It's
if
like a cultural shift that has been seen.
it is a cultural shift. The reason being, I see organizations are now realizing that there are unfortunate incidents happening where people, because of fatigueness at work, are getting unfortunately into incidences like losing their lives. So I think people are already aware of that. They are kind of pushing the wellness to the next level.
Right.
Now it depends upon your capacity. Where do you want to go? So we prioritize people first. We want their fitness next. So it's all about being the human well-being.
Right.
Because rest of it, if you talk about your resilience, you talk about reinventing, all that is going to happen. You're talking about reinventing in terms of probably learning continuously. You're talking about innovation, adapting to the change. You're talking about you having the capability of evolving out of that challenges, and the organization and the employee working together and probably looking at how they can actually move the challenges into opportunities.
Right.
All this, who is there in the center?
Right.
It is your employees. It is your
So
human.
this walking
It is your
thing,
human well-being.
exactly. So this walking thing that you mentioned is it like a habit building process that you
Yes.
try to create?
Yes.
Was it something that in back of the mind, like obviously wellness is something that is the end goal, but walking together, obviously there's team building and everybody is like moving at the same pace. Like I
Yeah.
think building small
Yeah.
habits also, I think
It
part-
makes a lot of difference. How did I reflect back? When I directly went to the gym, did it help me? Not really. I went back. I started with walk.
Right.
So that's how we promoted. That's the same thing. Now again, I'm interlinking this with my personal life to HR. It's ideas exchanging both the sides.
Right.
What I implemented in my personal space, I tried in my professional front, worked well, good. Something otherwise I have to do, I do that as well.
Okay.
So basically, I see this way that all those organizations today are wanting to invest in people.
Got it.
Because ultimately all your three pillars are defining the work and the workplace and the
Definitely.
future of that workplace. Success is good, but then the sustainable success is important.
So do you think mental wellness is also a very key role?
Absolutely.
Obviously the physical part has been taken care of like with this kind of activities, but at times there are employees who just approach burnout and they don't even are aware about it.
They don't
But do you
even
think
realize.
do you think their team leaders or the immediate managers should be aware of all these things, and how do you take care of all these activities? Like
We
do you
educate
have like
people
HR?
on that.
Yeah.
We educate people on that. Many a times it's not a workshop.
Right.
It's one-on-one counseling.
Okay.
It's one-on-one discussion. That if somebody as a manager comes to us, that look, this is a problem child in my team, okay, or has become a problem child now, was not previously. It's not about telling him that look, what can go good and why your performance is going down. Can you help him to understand that there is a serious concern
Hmm.
which has made him like this now? And then you are a major role to play as an HR, a sensitive role where you tell the manager what he is supposed to be doing, tell the employee what he is supposed to take a corrective step.
Right.
So that's why I said, like, we play many roles. It's
But
not one
do you think
solution.
this is done in-house, or you approach a
We
third
first
party?
approach is in-house, okay, to
Okay.
see the kind of, like, where are we, what is the intensity of it. And if required, we help them with the external support as well,
Exactly.
provided employee has to be comfortable in taking that.
But do you
Because
think
nothing
they would
beyond
be
the
more
comfort of
comfortable
employee.
talking to a person? I mean, that is what I had the same question. I mean, in our last podcast, I had hosted Ketki Shetty. She's a
Yeah, you
mindfulness
said that, yeah.
coach at Habitry, but she's a counseling psychologist for the last 10 years, and she practices across different industries, corporates, right? I had the same question too, and she mentioned that they don't want to be judged by somebody which is in-house. An employee
Yeah,
prefers that
certainly.
if at all they want to speak to somebody, it is better they can speak to somebody who's unknown,
Yeah, because they're not judged.
judged, right?
They have a fear of getting judged.
Exactly. And being judged, more than that, being what do you say, like, there could be some kind of biasness whenever, like, there's a next appraisal, maybe back of the mind,
Yeah.
he has some kind of problem, and maybe
Possibly.
my team might get
Possibly.
affected.
Possibly.
So all those metrics could affect her performance or her appraisal, right? So all those things mattered, and that is where she believed that a third person or an external psychologist or a mindfulness coach helps
It
uh,
helps.
for
It
mental
really helps
wellness.
because at least you don't have the fear of getting judged by someone. So what we do is we don't tell even people that, like, you go to A, B, C person, because again it's a fear whether we are taking a report from that person. We leave that person free to decide where he or she wants to approach.
Hmm.
And that's where we have this online app where they can easily take an appointment and they can speak and they can, like, connect with the person and express whatever required. They also help you with medicines if needed.
Right, definitely.
Right. So basically we leave the person free to decide where the person wants to approach. However, we understand first where is the problem.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a person who would directly come to a conclusion as an HR.
So you mean to say there's a framework for this?
There is a framework for
And
this.
do you have something in line for the next gen that you mentioned, like the alphas and everything? Because that would be a completely
I think it's going to be
different.
preparing from both the sides. Huh? When we are preparing, they have to be mindful as well. And it's vice versa. Because both of the parties who are going to come together on the workplace,
Hmm.
I think it's a big challenge because the combination is going to be a set of expectations versus the young generation's expectations.
Right.
So I
So,
think marrying that
and
thoughts.
having this framework, is it by the book or is it something that you learned on the process?
No, it's not by the book, frankly speaking.
Okay. Any specific framework that has helped you, like, achieve something that you wanted to in this organization currently?
Yes, because it's easy for people, like, you as an HR, to do your process and let go people also. That's also a part of
You mean
a
laying off
work,
people?
right? Not laying off, I would say. It's when somebody has to resign and go. It's easy for you to just take an exit interview and let that person leave.
Okay.
But when, that's more important. Do you crack the problem at the start of it or at the end of the, like, tenure and do a formality?
Hmm.
I don't believe that. Is there something that you can help a person with at the start itself? Have a conversation. Understand where is the problem. If it is for a betterment, you are okay, right? Because at a point in time, everybody feels that you have a better opportunity outside. You can't stop people. That's okay.
Yeah.
Gone are the days where you used to retire from the same organization,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that's fine. But if you feel there's problem beyond betterment, and that's all about a workplace environment, a manager relationship, a peer relationship, or something else that you can help him with or help her with, we have dealt with those cases.
Hmm.
And that directly adds to my retention.
Right.
Right? Retention does not mean only offering money to people.
Okay.
It doesn't only mean offering money to people. Right? Out of 10 cases, I would definitely say 3 cases at least would come where they are okay with the package that they have at this point in time. But there are some other challenges that they are facing, which you and me may not know
No.
unless you get into a conversation with them.
Yeah.
And probably the solution is so simple, and we have done that. And these people are there in our probably some other team today doing so well. I retained my guys.
Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, do you think obviously there's nothing called as loyalty, because obviously if they have something better to be offered somewhere else, I think they're free to go. But do you think this kind of decisions could be a mistake on HR's part that could cost the company? I mean, something on those lines.
They can. So you have to be, again, I'm using the word, probably this has been a word used at least not like 5 to 6 times in this conversation. But we have to be mindful. I don't want to retain everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'll decide who I want to
Because you
retain.
already know the employee's intention or the
Yeah. So I don't
mindset.
want to retain everybody. That's not
Yeah,
the agenda.
yeah.
Because it's not about being good organization always. I don't want to be a very good HR every time.
Yeah.
As I said, I'll have to keep changing my hats. If I want a person to leave, let that person leave.
Right.
If the person is in real help and I can help,
Hmm.
then is where I will get into a conversation of retaining.
Okay.
So it's all about, as I said, no one solution works for all problems. So I will analyze the situation. I will analyze the person sitting there. What kind of a help that the person needs? Am I in a position to give that help and make something better in the picture frame? I will do that.
Great.
If there's something, no, okay, thank you. That's how it works.
Great.
So HR, I think, is going to be a very dynamic role.
Yeah.
Even if we talk about all AI, tools, definitely we all are going to use it and all are going to encourage using it. But I still feel, as an HR, the human touch is important, the human connect is important. And just imagine, Pratik, you are getting into probably a job, okay? You are interacting with a portal which is giving you interviews, which is giving you probably offer letter. You don't know what you're talking to because it's an AI tool. You land up a vacuum of 1.5, 2 months. You're not sure about what's coming from there. No human touch, no human connect. What would you do? What would you do?
I think probably I'll have to just reconcile whatever things are happening
Or
with
probably
my life.
look out for something
Probably
else.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
That's a talent loss for me.
Acha.
I don't know what caliber you have, no? I interviewed you. I'm not connecting with you for 3 months now.
Yeah.
And this is happening.
Is it?
This is happening with some of the organizations.
Okay.
So
Are they
definitely
do you
we
mean to say
want
they are
to.
too much AI dependent?
We want to be AI dependent.
But you want
To make
people
the
who
work,
can use AI, right? Not AI based. Or
we
you
want
peop-
both. We want a combination of both. But I would say that if it is 80% or 90% of AI driven, AI based, AI operating, I also want to have the human connect.
Absolutely, because I
Because
think
my talent should not go.
exactly. I mean, there's a big myth going around like AI would take up your jobs. I believe your jobs are probably safe, but riskier when people who know how to use AI.
Yes.
They
Are
are
you
the
able
ones
to
who are gonna
adapt to the
supersede you.
change?
Exactly.
If you're not, if you do not have the courage to evolve
Get
back,
update
then
yourself,
you
upgrade
have a problem.
yourselves. Yeah.
Then you have a problem. It
You
is
need-
typically, if I go back and compare this,
Yeah.
when your computers came in picture, from the
Absolutely.
handwritten registers,
Yeah.
the kind of rebellious reactions
Shift.
that your
Yeah.
union people and all those unskilled, semi-skilled people gave, it's the same thing in an AI version now.
It's just
You are
20 years
able to
later.
adapt to the AI technology in whatever best possible extent.
Yeah.
I think you're good.
Right.
So there's no good, bad, ugly about it. It is a era.
Yeah.
Adapt, adjust, go on.
Survive.
Survive, thrive.
Yeah.
Thrive.
Right. I think that's a good point to end our conversation. Thank you, Isha, for this lovely discussions and everything describes how your journey has been, how motivating it has been, how captivating it has been for everybody, all our listeners. We'll take one quick rapid fire section.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try the best.
It's habitry hi-fi rapid fire, but for this moment we'll just call it Irsha's life lessons.
Oh, okay.
So I have some questions for you. All right, so just whatever word that comes to your mind, or you can probably term it in a line or anything that
okay.
motivates.
I'll try.
Sure. One message to mothers.
Don't carry the guilt.
Okay. One message to all the cancer patients or who are taking treatment. Right
Life
now.
is beautiful. Live it.
Okay. One message to all the HR leaders.
Be AI driven, but don't lose the human connect.
Okay. One boundary that you wish you had set earlier.
My fitness regime.
Okay. One belief that you have unlearned over these years.
Nothing is impossible.
Okay, great. And one habit that saved you.
I think my discipline.
Oh, great. On that part, I think we'll close this podcast. It has been lovely talking to you.
Thank you, Pratik.
Thank you for coming on such a short notice and having this beautiful discussion with us.
I enjoyed. I really enjoyed the conversation. I should say that, like, you are a real good host.
Thank you.
Thank you. I enjoyed.
Thank you. So, on that part, I think we'll end this podcast. Thanks for watching this podcast. And if you like this episode, please don't forget to like and subscribe our channel. And please share this with all the HR industry people so that they also admire uh, her courage and her experiences that she has shared throughout her last 20 years. So, on that part, thank you for watching. See you.